In this video, I'm going to illustrate the difference between real-time and rendered processing in Pro Tools. Here I have a guitar loop. Let's listen to it before I put any effects on it. Perfectly fine guitar loop. Now I'm going to add an EQ plugin. How about EQ3 7-band? And then I'm going to apply a low-pass filter. Now, this is going to sound exactly how you would expect it to sound with all the high frequencies cut out. No surprises there. I'm going to bypass this plugin and add a reverb plugin. How about Deverb? I'm going to set my mix knob to about 40%. And now we have reverb on the track. Again, no surprises. Now both of these plugins apply real-time processing to the track. If I bypass them, the underlying audio is not changed. But the plugins apply the processing in real time when they are active. Now there's another way to process audio in Pro Tools. If I bypass these plugins and make them inactive, and I select the clip, I can go to my Audio Suite menu to access my rendered processing plugins. So I'm going to go to EQ3 7-band. This looks just about the same as the real-time version of EQ3 7-band, except it has a couple of extra boxes. Up here, you can choose to apply processing to the entire selection or go clip by clip. I'm going to apply the processing to the entire selection for now. I can apply the same filter in this version of the plugin that I did in the other version. But if I press play, you're not going to hear any difference at first. If I want to hear the difference that this plugin's making, I have to go to the speaker icon at the bottom left corner and click it so I can preview the processing. I can make adjustments if I need to. Once I'm satisfied with my settings, I'm going to click the render button and watch what happens to these audio waves. They changed quite drastically. What has happened is that this plugin has rendered an entirely new audio file. You can see it still has the same name as the original one, but with this appendage of EQ3 7-band _ 01-01. This name indicates that this clip has rendered processing applied to it, and it even gives you a hint as to what plugin it was. If you want to undo that, you can just hit Command Z. The same thing with the reverb. If I go back to my Audio Suite menu and choose the rendered processing version of Deverb, I can do the same thing. I'm going to set my mix knob to 40%, and if I press play, I'm not going to hear anything. But if I select the clip and then preview the processing with the speaker icon, I'll hear what I'm going to change the clip to. Then I can press the render button and create an entirely new audio file. It still has the same name, but this time at the end it says Deverb. Now you can see these files in your session folder, in your audio files folder. There they are, the Deverb files. Some of the reasons you might want to use rendered processing instead of real-time processing would be to free up computer processing power. If you have a large session with many plugins, sometimes it will slow your computer down. If you convert some of your real-time plugins to rendered processing, you can free up processing power for other tasks. Another great reason to use rendered processing would be if you are sharing files with another producer and that person does not have the same plugins you have. If they don't have Deverb, you can render Deverb right in your session and then give that person the audio files with the processing already applied. One handy way of transferring between real-time and rendered processing is to save your own presets. So if I have this low-pass filter, I could save it as a preset by clicking the arrow and choosing Save Settings As. I'll call this RVB LPF and hit Save. Then in the rendered version of EQ37 band, I can go to my preset library and there it is. And then I can choose Render to apply the same settings I have in the real-time plugin to this audio file.